Hey guys, it is May 9th. It is the beginning of my Stitch Mania vlog, part 2. How's everyone doing? Did you make it through week 1? Are you ready for week 2? Keep it up. You can do it. So today my plan is to work on We Do Disney by Stitch Line. I will insert the pattern photo. This is something I started like 3 days ago. This is my last day to work on it. And then my plan is basically to finish this line, We Let It Go, and then another snowflake, and then do Hakuna Matata, as much as I can of that. And then I also want to work on my Fall Fairy whip as well today. So what I'm going to do with her, I guess, is probably work down here in this column. Just see how much I can get in an hour. Maybe I can do like 100 stitches or something. That would be cool. We'll see. Alright, I will check in later and show you my stitchy progress. Ta-ta! Hey peeps, I wanted to give you my update on We Do Disney. So what I did tonight is I worked on it longer than I intended. I really don't have too much time left tonight for my Fall Fairy, but oh well, it is what it is. So I did the O and the snowflake, so We Let It Go was finished. Cleaned up that. I did the finished up Hakuna Matata, so that's done. And then I stitched the Bare Necessities, and that's done. I would like to do Will Always Be Our Guide, but and then I could just be done with the green, the 702, but I should probably put in a few stitches with my Fall Fairy. I just don't want to get behind, so I will do that and show you how far I get in a bit. Bye for now. Hey guys, here's my update on Fall Fairy. So I did work down in this column. I worked with all the park threads, and then I pulled one more thread to finish it off, except for those 4 stitches. That's just a color, a random color that appears again like 20 some rows below, so I'll just put it in when I can do both at the same time. And there are another 450 or 45 rows to get to the bottom, so I really need to get going on this piece if I'm going to finish it this year. I do plan to give it a good chunk of effort next month for Wine and Whips. If there's any project I whine about, it's this one. It's the fabric, this Aida, it's so splitty. You know how people say that you're supposed to use like a sharp needle to split the Aida square to do fractional stitches or whatever? This one, you don't need a sharp needle. Like, it easily splits. So even with like, you know, a relatively dull needle, like what I use, like just sort of 28 tapestry needle, you know, it's not terribly sharp. And yeah, it's just punctures like through the, not in the actual hole, but adjacent to the hole or whatever. Like, you just have to be pretty careful about where the needle goes, and that's annoying. So yeah, but this piece is way too far along now to, you know, change that. I just had to be mindful next time I start one of these dimensions kits that I just need to switch the fabric out, because the Aida that they come with is substandard. And I mean, for Aida, you know, like a nice Weigart Aida for a full coverage thing, no problem, but this is not a nice Aida. Alright, enough complaining. I better hit the sack. Good night. See you tomorrow. I will have a new start, and I'm looking forward to it. Good night. Hey peeps, it is May the 10th, and I have a new start on deck, but first I wanted to show you my Stony Creek Penguin Orney, which I started like a week ago, last Saturday. I decided to look at my bead stash and get the beads. They're Mill Hill 3049, nothing too exotic. Those are called for in a lot of patterns. I sewed on the 2 beads. I did them with a full cross, so they go straight up and down. And now it is technically finished, ready to sew into an orney. The pattern calls for a few snowflake buttons, which I may or may not put on there. And then that took like 5 minutes, so on to the main event. This is Lizzie Kate Boo Club and Eek. Here's the pattern. So this is technically a restart. I actually started the E back in January, but I will see what I can do today, see if I can finish it. It was basically in a UFO waiting for its UFO status, waiting for its turn. Alright, I will check in later and show you how far I get. Ta-ta! Hey guys, so here's my update on Boo Club by Lizzie Kate. It is like about 9:30 p.m. and I did manage to finish the Eek line, the frog. I guess I should take out that gridding and the lime green. I don't need that anymore, and it is kind of an eyesore, which is sort of the point. I want to be able to see it easily when I'm stitching, but I don't need to leave it in there after it's done. So yeah, I did get a decent amount of stitchy time today. I worked out in the morning. I messed up yesterday. I fell off the workout wagon. I was really tired yesterday. I had like a lot of business to attend to in the morning, and then in the afternoon I took a nap and I kind of woke up feeling strange. You know, sometimes you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Yeah, what I felt like doing last night was just relaxing and stitching, not getting all worked up and doing my HIIT workout. So I did. But I did it this morning instead, so not all bad. Yeah, sometimes, you know, nobody's perfect, but the important thing is just, you know, take each day as it comes and try to do your best. So the workout was pretty brutal, and I was really hoping for a nap today, but my son didn't cooperate, so. But he was super tired, and he just wanted to lay around on the sofa, so we did watch cartoons and I could stitch, so. This took maybe, I don't know, 3 hours to stitch or something. That frog is kind of a lot of stitches. And the bulk of this piece was done in the hand-dyed thread. The Eek, this little orange business, and there's a mistake somewhere along here. It's off by one thread, but I don't know where, and I don't really care. The middle of the frog, the lighter green, that is Week's guacamole. And the wand there, the brown wand is Week's Havana. So that was a lot of like stitch by stitch, you know, so it did take a while, but whatevs, it's done now and I'm glad. I like to finish these in one day if I can. They're really not that much stitching. And then I worked on the border some and did some more gridding, so the next piece, which is going to be creepy, is all gridded out. That will go down to right there, and you can see the border is finished. And then the next piece after that, which will be pumpkin, is gridded out too. And I think what I'm going to do is move the scroll and just work on the border some more before I go to bed. It's a little bit early to go to bed. I think it's like 9:30 as I mentioned, so yeah. And I put this just on my little lap frame because I did suspect that I was going to want to move the scroll, and that's a pain to do with the Just a Thought fabric stretchers, because you have to take the whole thing apart and roll it to where you want it and then put it back together because it has the side tension mechanism. On the plus side today, I did learn that, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I learned that you could put the Just a Thought fabric stretchers directly in the Lowry side clamp. Normally I use my Just a Thought frames with the long frame adapter bar for the Lowry, and I never thought I could just put the sidebar directly in the side clamp because it's so thin. You can see how, I mean, it's pretty thick as far as like a screw goes, but it's, you know, it's pretty thin. But anyway, it does work because it's not a round screw. It's actually has flat sides, and the sides that are flat are all opposite each other. So when you put this in the clamp, it has two flat surfaces to grip that are one on top of the other. So it's just like, you know, gripping a piece of wood or anything else. And it works. The length of this screw is pretty much the same length as the clamp itself. So that's kind of interesting. Opens up some more possibilities, I guess. If you don't have the long frame adapter, you can still use the Just a Thought fabric stretchers with your Lowry side clamp. Alright, that's enough blathering. I think I'm going to, like I said, move the scroll, work that on the border a little bit more, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Ta-ta! Hey guys, it is May 11th, and I'm about to put my spooky house on the scroll bars. This is the only project I'm planning to work on for today. I think what I'm going to do is just try to fill in this area up here and the rest of this page. That would be awesome. So we will see how far I get. I will be counting my stitches because it's Stitch-a-thon weekend. I wasn't sure how I was going to combine Stitch-a-thon with Maynia and the daily rotation and everything, but I guess I can do it. Alright, I will check in later and show you how far I get. Ta-ta! Hey guys, it is Friday night and I wanted to give you an update on my spooky house piece. So it is Stitch-a-thon weekend and that involves counting stitches. So I can tell you that I did 868 stitches today, which is kind of a lot for one day. But it was a lot of filling in, so it went pretty quickly. I spent maybe like 5 hours or so on it. So, yeah. Or maybe 4 hours, I don't know. Anyway, so I worked a lot with the blends, and I basically just tried to work to the edge of the page, and I did manage to get most of it done. There's a few stitches missing, like right there and up there. And this part is Krynic. There's a lot of Krynic to go in there and up there. And some Krynic in there. This is all that is Krynic, those little like fence posts or whatever. And then after the Krynic is done, there will be lots and lots of backstitch to do. This piece is heavily backstitched. But I think what I'm going to try to do is finish the bottom half or so before I start backstitching. What I plan to do next is, well, since I'm so close to finishing the first page, I think what I'll probably do is take it out later this month and see if I can finish it off and make a little start on the next page, which will be this page over here. As you can see, it will be the tree, or the tree trunk rather, and moon and some grassy lawn. So that'll be sort of a nice change of pace since I did all that house, you know. And I'm looking forward to it. As for now, I better hit the sack. It's pretty late, so catch you in the morning. Bye. Hey Flosstube friends, it is May 12th and I am getting ready for another new start. It will be the May mandala from my mini mandala saw by Esther Franken of Brodeurs Bresson. It's going to be right here. I'm using this floss, the MC317. And it is a pretty simple pattern this month, kind of resembling a honeycomb. I'm hoping it won't take too long, so I will check in and show you how far I get. Alright, bye! Hey guys, so it's been an hour and 10 minutes and I am done with the May mandala right here, which I put in the March position on my piece because it reminds me of a beehive and I think March, beginning of spring, bumblebees, all that. So yeah, it was really easy to stitch, just a lot of these little like motifs facing different directions, and then the side ones, the side elements and the center element. That was pretty much it. So easy peasy. Like I said, hour and 10 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to stitch any more today. If I do, it'll be on a different project, obviously, since there's nothing more I can do with this until we get another pattern next month. I have kind of a lot of chores to do today, and my son is napping right now. I think maybe I should lie down too because I stayed up pretty late last night. So, all right, I will see you guys maybe later or maybe tomorrow. Ta-ta! Hey guys, it is May 13th technically. It's after midnight. I decided to get a jump on my Sunday start, the Gingerbread Cottage by Mill Hill, little orny, tiny. Here's the paper it's supposed to go on. This is so small, I think I just have to stitch it in hand. So today was kind of like a weird day. I took a decent nap in the afternoon and then cooked dinner, really nice dinner, and then I did some heavy-duty chores, and then finally around 10 o'clock at night, I did my Body Boss workout, combined with an abdominal workout and an arms workout. And the arms workout was part of the daily challenge that I started in April, and I'm finally done with it, so that was kind of exciting. Yeah, so I'm a little keyed up, and I think I might actually put in a few stitches. This has a ton of floss. You can see from the floss list. And there's a little peek of all the floss colors. So what basically, I mean, the kit comes with the floss, but what I do is I just sort it out and then I wrap it onto the stitch bows that I have for those colors to keep it all nice and organized. So. Alright, I think I'm going to put in a few stitches and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye. Hey guys, it is May 13th and here's what I stitched last night. I stayed up way too late. It was just like a one more thread. So, happy Mother's Day, everyone. My husband told me to order some stitchy stash as a present for myself, so I have been busy looking around and deciding what I want. And we're going out to dinner in a bit, so that'll be fun. Anyway, so I'm going to continue working on this today and see how far I can get. I'll check in later and show you my progress. Bye! Hey guys, what a long, strange evening it's been. So, happy Mother's Day, everyone! I had a pretty good day. We went out for an early dinner at a great little Italian trattoria. Seriously, this place is like a little slice of Italy in Falls Church, Virginia. Anyway. And then we went to the playground, and that was fun. Although I was wearing the entirely wrong shoes for it. And then we came home and chilled for a bit, and I decided to do some chores. So I was running around, and I was going back and forth to the laundry room, which is where I keep like rags and stuff. And at one point when I went in there was 2 inches of water on the floor. Say what? It was coming in through the door. Yeah, there's an exterior door to my laundry room. This house is so weird. There's like 8 or 10 doors. I don't even know how many. And I mean, it's not like a mansion or anything. It's just like a regular house, but it has a crazy number of doors. Yeah, I don't think I've ever mentioned it on Flosstube, but some months ago, the gas company showed up and demolished my driveway in my yard to replace the gas line. Not to my request, mind you. And, well, they messed up the grading, so the water wasn't draining properly, and there was like over a foot of water pulled outside the door, and it was just flowing in through the corners of the door. Yeah, that wasn't too much fun. Well, eventually we cleaned that up, and I finished my chores, and I sat down to stitch, and it's quite late now, but I was just too keyed up to sleep. This thing it's almost done, but I really need to hit the sack, so I'm working on the larger white beads. And then there's some darker green beads to go around the trees on either side. There are some red beads to go up there. I missed those. little bit of back stitching to do on the windows, and then the attachment of the little charm or whatever it came with. So I'm probably going to work on this tomorrow and try to finish it off along with Winnie the Pooh. Alright, see you then. Good night. Bye. Hey guys, it is May 14th, and I have spent about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes finishing this little piece, the Gingerbread Cottage by Mill Hill. This has been in my stash for years, and I'm so glad to finally have it finished. It's got a lot of beads on there. I'd say it's more beaded than it is stitched. So it involved like 10 colors of DMC and like 8 colors of beads, I think. Or 8 different types of beads. There's 2 types of green beads, the smaller, darker ones, and the larger, lighter ones, and there's 2 white beads, 2 kinds of white beads too. The larger ones are attached on the diagonal, and the smaller ones are attached with a full cross. But most of the beads on here were the larger ones that are attached on the diagonal, and good thing, because it was kind of difficult to get them to all fit, and it is a little bit messy when you look at it close, but it'll be fine once it is turned into an ornament, which hopefully I'll do before Christmas. So that's it for that one. Maynia start and finish, and then my other plan for today is to work on Winnie the Pooh. So I'll check in later and show you where I am with that. Ta-ta! Hey guys, so it's almost 10 p.m. on the 14th, and I'm getting ready to start with Winnie the Pooh. This is my 14th project with Maynia. Woohoo! Almost there! So this is, you know, a whip, obviously, and I'm all done with the new stars for now, which is a little bit sad. So I've got 11 whips. Started with 9, and that's not bad. I'm hoping to be back to 9 by the end of the month. We shall see. Anyway, so it is like 10 o'clock now, and I'm just getting started with Winnie the Pooh. It's on the scroll bars. What I'm going to do is just work on this column. This is the piece I like to use for the Full Coverage Fanatics monthly challenge to do 1,200 stitches or whatever it is. 1,400, I can't remember. I think it's 1,200. So I will work on this, and today I don't expect to get that far in the next 2 hours before I need to go to bed. Tomorrow I need to get stuff done, so I really need to get a good night's sleep and, you know, make the most of the school hours and all that. So anyway, I'm just gonna work on this, and we'll see how far I get, and I will check in and show you. Ta-ta! Hey guys, I wanted to show you my progress from last night on Winnie the Pooh. So I worked with all the park threads, and I started up at the top, and basically I had threads parked all over the column, so I just worked as much as I could. I did not pull any new floss. I think this is going to be one of those months where I need 3 days on it to get to get 2 columns finished, or even 1,200 stitches or whatever, because I didn't do that many last night. Maybe around 300 maybe if I'm lucky. I don't know. 200, I don't know. Anyway, the plan for today is to work on the cathedral, and I will get that up on my scroll bars in a minute. I'll be right back. Bye. So it's May 15th, the last day of Maynia, and I am getting ready to start on my 15th project. This is my cathedral whip, the Mill Hill St. Nick Cathedral, St. Nicholas. And I'm ready to start beading. So what I've done is I've taken 1 bag of beads and I've spilled some onto my tacky bob. So there are 4 colors in here. There's white, gold, gray, and green, and as you can see, they're pretty easy to distinguish. So I will just work with these colors first, and when I'm stitching the white beads, I'll just pick up the white beads from the tacky bob and so forth. So there's no need to actually sort the beads as it says to in the kit. You can just work with 1 bag at a time, and if you have something, a sticky bead mat or whatever, that will work. Alright, I'm going to get started and see how many I can get done today. Maybe not a lot, because I have a lot of things I need to get done. My friend is coming to visit tomorrow, so we shall see. Hopefully I'll get at least a few attached. Alright, check in later. Bye. Guys, so it is Tuesday night. I've been working on this for a couple hours today, and I started with the white beads. They are petite beads, the white ones, and I like to do those first because there tends to be a lot of them and they're attached with full cross, and it's just kind of boring since they're, you know, white, so I like to get it out of the way. And then the other beads that were in that bag included the dark green, which you can see in the bushes. I think the dark greens are done. The whites are done. So the white is in the snow on the ground and also the snow in the tree, basically, the trees. And then the dark green was just in the bushes there. And then I started with the light gray. There's an awful lot of light gray beads to be done on this piece. So you can see them here in the steps, and then over the door, over the windows, between the floors, along the roof lines, and up in the turret. So I ran out of thread there, and I'm not done with the gray beads. I would like to finish them, but I need to go to bed. It's been a long day. So I guess I'll just continue with the gray beads tomorrow, and then I'll do the gold beads, which is all I have left from that first bag. And there's really not a whole lot of gold beads to do. I've been looking at the chart, and I think there's only around 10 or so of them to do. So that won't be bad. And then I'll move on to bag 2. All right, I guess I'm just gonna keep this vlog going for a few days, and maybe I will be able to finish this project. That would be cool before the retreat. All right, see you in the morning. Have a good night. Bye. Hey, Flosstube. Here's my day 2 progress on the cathedral. I keep wanting to call it the apothecary. I don't know why. So what I did is I finished up with the gray beads. You can see them like up there and stuff, and all around there. And then I did the gold beads. I love how that cross turned out on top of the roof. I think that's really cute. And a little bit of gold highlights there. And then I started with the dark green beads. I think I finished those. Yeah, I finished the dark green beads. Those are petite beads attached with a full cross in the trees. And then I started with the crystal lavender, the slightly pinky purple ones, and those are all, they fill in like the bricks for the cathedral, and there's a lot more of them to do. So I will continue working on it and see how far I get tonight. I don't think I'll be able to finish it, but we shall see. All right, see you later. Bye. Hey guys, Stephanie here. I wanted to show you my day 3 progress on the cathedral, my beading progress. So it's actually way later than that. I guess it is May 22nd right now. After the 15th, things got pretty crazy. So my lovely friend came all the way from Canada for a visit, and that was so fantastic. We did some touring and around DC, and then we went to New Jersey for the Flosstube retreat, and then we came back and did some more touring. I took her to my LNS. Very busy days, and I did not get a whole lot of time to stitch, so I hardly stitched at all at the retreat. It was kind of a it was more of a social thing than anything else, and it was wonderful. I wouldn't change a thing. But I'll get into that more, I guess, when I do a regular update. So what I did on day 3 is I just continued with these pale lavender beads, which actually fill in all the empty spaces, all the blocks in the cathedral for the most part. So I finished this part and did this column over here. I actually finished that column over there. That column is all done except for the red beads which go on the top. So and I was getting ready to fill in over here, but then I just had to go to bed or something. We did a lot of walking and stuff when we were, you know, doing the tourism thing, so it was tiring. Anyway. Yeah, so I gave this project 3 days, which is all I had allotted for it in May, and it's not quite finished. It seems kind of silly to put it away being so close, but I don't know. May is almost over, and I have some bigger fish to fry. Like, I'm trying to get a finish on my Lord's Prayer piece, so I guess this will be the last update from my vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your comments and supports. I'm so thankful to be part of this community, and going to the Flosstube retreat really reinforced that for me. It was just so wonderful to meet other Flosstubers and other Flosstube fans, and Stitchers are just the best people, I swear. It was such a blast, so I had the time of my life, and it was wonderful. Yeah, so if you ever get a chance to go to a retreat, go for it. Especially a Flosstube retreat. Alright, well, I will see you guys hopefully at the end of May. I'll do like a regular update. Alright, have a good spring or fall, wherever you are. Happy stitching, everybody. Take care. Be well. Bye.